What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. I'm Trey, and today I'm gonna share with you a powerful framework that can help you maximize your brand deals and get you paid what you're truly worth as a creator, or at least understand how to. Now, I'm a six-figure creator myself and have over 8 years of experience in marketing and influencer partnerships. Currently, I'm a creative partnerships manager for a multi-million-dollar tech company. Now, this framework that I'm talking about today, I call it the deal framework. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're gonna have actionable steps to take your brand collabs to the next level. So with that being said, let's get it. So what is the deal framework? This framework breaks down the different pieces that you can get paid for inside of a deal structure with a business or company. Now, it's really designed to help you understand all the potential revenue streams within one single brand partnership and making sure you ain't leaving no money on the table, okay? That's the whole goal. So once you understand this framework, you can negotiate better deals, justify higher rates, and you can make sure that every piece of your work is compensated. So you can actually be like Tommy from Martin and GTD.
GTD. What does GTD stand for?
But in this situation, we talk about GTM, or get the money, dog. So first up, let's talk about deliverables. Okay, the D in deal. This is the bread and butter of your deal. All right. You're going to need to clearly outline a specific content that you're going to be creating. This includes the type of content, whether it's integrated or dedicated videos, the actual platform that you're going to be using. Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube? Is it TikTok? Or also the frequency of those videos, right? Is this a one-off video? Is it weekly or a monthly series? The mistake that a lot of creators make is being too vague with their deliverables, and this can actually lead to some misunderstandings and scope creep, where you actually end up doing way more work than what you agreed on, right? And also, just to sneak it in there, make sure you understand how many revisions that those companies can make as well, because some companies like to run you up on the revisions, and next thing you know, you done spent 17 days on this one piece of 20-second, 60-second video. All right. So also be specific. All right. Spell out every detail in your contract. Okay. For example, instead of saying a video, specify it. A 10-minute dedicated YouTube video or a 2-minute Instagram reel. This clarity protects you and the brand, right? It's making sure that those expectations are aligned. So if you're looking for more content on monetizing as a YouTuber or creator, go ahead and join the free Cash Creator community, where we're building out a space for new and small creators who are looking to learn how to monetize their content even before they're monetized on that platform. So click the link below to join us over there. But really, think about the deliverables like a menu at a restaurant. Now, if you just say, I want food, you might get anything, right? But if you specify, I want a medium well steak, and it's medium well because we don't do the rare over here, all right? But with the garlic mashed potatoes and the steamed broccoli, God, dog, I'm getting hungry right now. But you get exactly what you asked for is what I'm saying. So that same goes for the brand deals as well. You want to be as specific as possible. By the way, if you eat rare steaks, go ahead and drop a me in the comments. I'm trying to see what y'all look like. For real, for real. Okay, so that was D. So now we're on E, exclusivity. Now, you should be getting paid for exclusivity as well. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, this is where you define any exclusivity terms, right? Like not working with competitors for a certain period of time. This is something that I personally see in the industry a lot, where I'm talking to a creator and it's like, yo, you can't sign with someone else in the space for 2 or 4 months after they post the video. And so they're like, hey, if you can reach back out in 2 months, that would be great. And I'm like, okay, on to the next, right? But these exclusivity deals are a big deal because it can really limit your opportunities to work with other brands that are in that same niche or space, which that's why it needs to be compensated appropriately. So, if you agree to an exclusivity deal without proper compensation, you could definitely be missing out on other big money deals. It's essentially locking yourself into a corner, really, which, listen, it's not always a bad thing if they can come up off that bread. So think about LeBron James and Nike. Like, it's okay to get this dude in a lifetime Nike deal because they were willing to pay big money to have LeBron James as one of the faces of the brand for a lifetime. Now, why did they do that? That deal is worth billions for them with a B, right? So when you're negotiating exclusivity, just make sure you're being compensated for those potential lost opportunities as well. Like, for example, if a brand wants you to avoid working for the competitors for like 6 months, go ahead and factor that in to what you might be missing out on and negotiate that higher rate to cover that. And at least while you're talking to them, you will have a reason on why you're saying the money prices that you're saying, and it's not just I feel like I'm worth blah blah blah. Like, no, give real answers. All right, this is what companies are looking for. So think of exclusivity like signing a non-compete clause. If you're committing to one brand, you need to make sure that it's worth it financially for you, just like how a company might pay an employee extra for agreeing not to work for a competitor. It is what it is. It's a part of the game, and they're banking on you to not know it. Now, let's discuss amplification rights. All right, that's what the A stands for. And this is all about how the brand can amplify the content that you create. For example, they might want to use your video in paid media campaigns or ads, right? Or embed it on a website or repost it to social media channels. You might not have known this, but these rights should be charged separately as well to maximize that revenue. A lot of creators overlook this and they end up giving away those amplification rights for free, missing out on a good revenue stream, right? So when you're negotiating, be clear on how your content can be used beyond those on channels, your own channels. So if a brand wants to use your videos in their ads, separate charge. If they want to repost your reel on their Instagram page, another separate charge. Every additional use should be charged separately, and they know this, and you don't, and they ain't saying nothing. All right. So think of amplification rights as music rights. Just because somebody buys a song on Apple, that doesn't mean they own it, right? Like, they need to pay for the rights to use it in a movie, a commercial, or any other space that they're trying to use it, right? You can't even use it on YouTube without the certain rights or licenses, right? Which I'm going to talk about licensing shortly, but the content that you create should be treated the same way. Now, finally, let's talk about licensing. I told you it was coming up, and this really involves the terms that a brand can use your content in, right? Like the duration or the scope that they can use it in. For example, they might want the rights to use your content and marketing material on their website or in some other promotional spots. And listen, they're going to have to cough up the dough. But if you don't define those licensing terms clearly, though, you could lose control over how that's used. Or worse, you could lose out on that money if the content is used indefinitely. Like, for instance, the company can use your content for like 6 months straight and be making all kind of cash on that, and you settle for $250 for one time because you didn't know. But that's why I'm here, right? That's why you're watching this video. But still, I mean, you can actually get a license to use Mickey Mouse and other characters. But I guarantee you, you're going to have to renew that license in 3 months or 6 months, right? There's no way you're going to pay one time and get the rights to use Mickey Mouse likeness for 6 years straight. It's not happening without you paying a crazy amount of money, right? So always discuss and define those licensing terms in your contract. You want to specify how long the brand can use that content, whether it's for 6 months, a year, or more, whatever, and when it can be used, right? So the broader the scope of where they're using it, the higher you should be compensated for that. I'm just letting you know. So think of licensing content like renting out a house. The longer somebody stays there, that's the more they should be paying. And if they want to renovate something or using it in a specific way, change the color of the wall, all that kind of stuff. That needs to be agreed on and compensated as well. Now that we covered the deal framework, right? Y'all got that down pat, right? It's really crucial to understand the brand's objective behind this collab, right? Why are they wanting to collab with you? Now, this is where my AIM framework comes in. Like, golly, man, I'm just spoiling y'all today. I'm like, God, I'm giving y'all all the sauce, right? People pay for this kind of stuff, but y'all my people. But the AIM framework stands for awareness, impact, and monetization, right? So by understanding all of this, you can tailor your pitch and content to meet that brand's goal that's going to make you more valuable as a partner. And that's what we're looking to do here, right? Not just take the bag, but also deliver. Okay, so awareness. If the brand's goal is to increase visibility, then you're going to want to focus on metrics like reach, impressions, engagement, right? When you're speaking to them or you're showing them your brand kit or media kit. And speaking of that, if you don't already have a media kit and you need one to be able to showcase your work and your creator numbers and demographics, etc., you can click the link below to join the free Cash Creator community. There will be a free customizable creator media kit in there for you. So have at that. Now, when you're actually creating the content, you're going to want to tailor your content to maximize exposure and brand recall, right? Because here's the thing. If you're not clear on the brand's objective with the content, you're probably going to focus on the wrong metrics and you're going to miss the mark entirely. And that's going to mess up your relationship with that brand altogether. And it's really all because you weren't clear on what they were looking for specifically. So ask the brand what their primary goal is with this content in your meeting. So if it's awareness, create that content that's shareable and engaging, and it's designed to reach as many people as possible, right? A wide reach. And you'll have a higher track record in making sure that you'll be able to show them your track record of I've been viral before. I know how to get this engagement, and that's going to reinforce your value in that meeting when you're going back and forth with them. So think of brand awareness like planting seeds. The more that people see your content, right, the seeds you're planting in their mind about the brand, that's the more they'll be able to remember it when it comes time for them to use that brand. Next, we have impact. That's what the I is stand for, right? If the brand is looking for impact, they're looking for content that resonates really deep with your audience. Something that's memorable. It's going to leave a lasting impression, right? So creating that impactful content, it does require a deep understanding of your audience and what really moves them emotionally to make a decision as well. So you want to discuss with the brand how you can create high quality, memorable content, and y'all be able to go back and forth on that and share examples again of some of your past work where your content made a significant impact and it drove that meaningful impact, right? Like you can show the comments coming through and what they were saying. You can screenshot and show the DMs of people saying like, yo, this content made an impact. That's all stuff you can screenshot and show to those next brands that you end up working with. Impactful content is really like a memorable movie scene, right? It stays with the viewer way after the credits roll, way after you're in the car driving, thinking about it, talking with family, all that kind of stuff. You still remember that scene and it created that lasting impression. And lastly, we have monetization, baby. Now, if the brand's goal is monetization, they're looking to drive sales or conversions. Now, here, this is where you can highlight your past performance in generating revenue for brands, and you can discuss performance-based revenue models. Like my favorite, affiliate commissions or bonuses for hitting specific target sales, right? When you can show them that, hey, I know how to make bottom of funnel content that moves people and makes people make decisions. Brands really love that, and they'll be willing to pay a lot more upfront if you can show something that you've done in the past, right? And the reason why I say it's one of my favorite ways to monetize is because you can make a deal with a company that it may be small on the front side or the base, but if you structure the back end commission side, you can really run that bag up, right? Like, hey, I want 40, 50, 60% of the sales that I bring into the company through my link. And Yeah, you don't even have to pay me as much up front. Or if it's a software, I want 30% reoccurring for the lifetime of the customer of the people that I bring in. Deal structuring is so important and it can really change the game for you. Like I'm talking 6 figures plus on a partnership that you probably got paid $1,000 or $1,500 up front. But the back end was so impactful that it made all the difference, right? Like you don't realize there are some movie stars and or people in roles that they structured their deals to make the bulk of the money on the back end, and that's where they get that bag. And so it's just really good when you can learn how to structure deals and learn how to make money off of terms, right? Like I've been saying, if you don't address the brand's needs for monetization, you could miss out on that other compensation that can really increase your compensation. The stuff that you take home, you could really change that back end money. Again, show case studies of how your content has driven sales in for other brands. Make sure you talk about those compensation structures that reward both you and them, right? You always want the deals to be a win win win, a win for you, a win for the customer, and a win for the brand. That's a great partnership, and that's the stuff that you're going to have long lasting relationships with brands. So monetization is like a business partner. Both parties are working together to get that common financial goal, and the reward should be shared accordingly, right? If I win, you win. If you win, I win. Nobody should be leaving that table feeling slighted. And there you have it, y'all. That was a full breakdown of how to get to the bag on these brand deals using the deal framework and the aim framework. And that's going to help you maximize your brand deals and align your content with the brand's objectives so that everybody wins. And if you can understand these frameworks and how they work, you can negotiate better terms, you can justify higher rates, and ultimately you can get paid what you're worth. And that's what this is all about. Remember, each aspect of the deal, whether it's deliverables, exclusivity, amplification rights, or licensing, it can and should be compensated. And by aligning your content with the brand's goal of awareness, impact, or monetization, you can make yourself an invaluable partner. And remember, you don't know what brands talk to each other, like who leaves a company and then goes to another company. Doing well with one company can lead to so many other deals as well. So do your best out there. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget, give your boy a thumbs up, subscribe. I need the subscriptions, right? I have some channels that have bigger numbers, but this is small. Help a brother out. Hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on the updates. And if you have any comments, put them down below. I'm going to get back to you. I see everything on this small channel. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one.